Hi, it's Mrs. Jones and welcome to my garden. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I wanted to show you what's going on in the garden. Back here we've got a few things that did well and a few things not so well. We've got the sweet potatoes where I left off last. These two, most of the time the water evaporated, not such a good idea. No sprouts. They say it can take up to 4 weeks and I've got nothing here, so I'm going to try those again. Same thing for the big one. It's still looking healthy, but still no sprouts. We'll just try again. The pineapples, however, have multiple new leaves, both of them. So yay, at least we have some scores there. Over here we have some of the new seedlings that came up. Bok choy, cayenne pepper, sorrel, and one new interesting one I don't remember. Okay, papayas have sprouted. Avocados doing well. These are 2 plum leaves. I don't expect them to grow much until next year. Ice cream beans. We have 4 out of the 6 seeds that sprouted. Blackberries doing well. If you notice, the sugar cane, they just dried up in the soil. I just pulled them out so you can see it in the video, but they just dried up. That's one of the things we'll just have to do over. Over here we have watermelon and pumpkins. I think they're doing nicely. I'll space them out so they have some room to grow. And I think these are the 2 elderberries. They've got some nice leaves on there. We've been picking onions. Every once in a while, we get some nice onions here. Those are looking really good. It's nice to come out and pick some fresh onions. And the mango tree actually has some mangoes on it too. That's nice. Okay. Back here, this was a no-go. I had a hard time keeping it watered. And purple basil, I was able to share a few, use a few. Overall, not my favorite. This was a new acquisition. It was a gift to me. This is a key lime. I'm going to find a nice spot to plant that in. Okay. This is a jaboticaya. It's a grape-like fruit that grows on the stems and the bark of the tree. It's native to South America. I haven't seen anyone with it here, but I know a few gardeners who have it. It takes quite a few years to mature, and I'm going to find a perfect spot for that. This is a dragon fruit. It's grown maybe 1 centimeter since I planted it. I know it's rooted because when I gently tug on it, it's not coming up. So I think it's growing just very slowly. I'll have to put it somewhere else. Aloes doing nicely. I have 2 new shoots in there. And this is the passion fruit. Not so well because passion fruit is a vine and it grows fast usually. But as you can see, it's stuck there. So maybe I just need to get it transplanted, which I'll do probably today. I've been getting broccoli from the garden routinely, and actually it grows back. This is one that I picked, and it grows back until the season is over. Kale, I've gotten so much kale, even to the point where I'm sharing with my friends. And peppers, I haven't gotten any peppers yet, but there are a few coming out on the plant. Okay. A few pigeon pea pods. That's nice. The tree is getting much bigger, looking healthy. Over here, collard greens. Those we put in stir fries and stews. You just pick the leaves and they continue to regrow. Tomatoes. This is a purple tomato. And there are lots of fruits on the tree. Every day we get about 2 or 3 of them. And then Japanese eggplant. Quite a few in there that we pick, maybe 2 or 3 every week. All right, I'm excited about the cabbage. Oh, that's a nice looking cabbage in there. This one is tiny, but I think it will be okay. We'll just have a tiny cabbage. All these tomatoes introduce themselves into my garden. I'll just let them be. And this was a Chinese long noodle. It finally got some length on it and is held on to the fence. Don't worry about that sagging fence, it's temporary. But it's doing the job so far because I haven't had any problems with rabbits or raccoons even coming in and taking anything. This is a bitter melon. I love the bitter melon, so I'm hoping that does well. And purple pepper, chili, and okra. Only one of the, I think, 6 okras that I had survived. So it's been a little rough. Some things are doing well, some things not so well. Back here, I tried a new crop, cassava. I love cassava on occasion, and I got 6 sticks that I put in the dirt, and only 4 of them came up. Again, sometimes that's how gardening goes. So here is the cassava for the first time. These just didn't make it. I'll leave it in the soil. Maybe they'll do well. And this one is a bit yellow, so I'll have to add a little bit of nitrogen to the soil because it looks like it needs some nutrients. Now, if you remember, we had some problems with the sun. Because this fence is here, it casts a shadow on half my garden at about 2 o'clock on. So if you notice, you look onto the garden, this side, not so well, this side, really well. So my thoughts are either I plant vegetables that don't need a lot of sun, or I move my garden to the other side of the yard where I don't have to think about which crop I'm rotating. And I'm actually doing both. I'm going to move half of the garden to the other side of the yard where it will get all the sun it needs. And this is the project I came up with. Ta-da! It's L-shaped and it's fenced in as the top as well as the bottom. This is metal bird fencing, PVC, and on the inside I've just planted a few flowers, some corn, and some leeks. This is not meant to be this year's garden. I was just trying it out. Ideally, I'll have it finished and be ready for fall planting. But until then, just to make it a little pretty, I've got some flowers in there. Alright, so I'll cover all of that with newspaper, mulch, and some nice organic soil. It's a work in progress. Okay. Here we've got some lemons. Lemons are doing really nice. And some more flowers that I will eventually transfer. Today I'm going to be working on the door. I just closed it in, but I'm going to be working on the door to our garden enclosure. That's the official name, the garden enclosure. And I've got some flowers that eventually will grow up and around, almost like trellised, on the garden enclosure. Okay, these are the begonias. Oh, not begonia, sorry. Bougainvillea. Okay.